When it comes down to the heavy duty segment for trucks, there ain't much going on except for Ford. Most of you guys have probably seen the 2027 Chevy Silverado, and I just saw today for the GMC Sierra half tons, they're getting completely redesigned and they actually look really good. But the Chevy and GMC HDs will not probably get a redesign for another year and a half. But that doesn't really stop the manufacturers from being competitive. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Ford right now, it has got me excited for 2027 with the exact same truck. For example, most of you guys probably watched the video I did on the 2027 Ford Super Duty, right? If you're looking at getting a base model truck, you guys know that there is an off-road package with this, and it gives you basically the smaller front air dam, kind of like what you see on these trimmer trucks. It's not as small as this one, but it's significantly reduced from that. And what they've basically done was they've added a 35-inch tall tire package, because the off-road package on the XL work trucks only gave you 33s. It gave you the rear locker, a part of that package too. But it's really nice to see Ford trying to bring some excitement for 2027, because they know nothing new is coming for that model year. So they had to kind of what you call create hype. And that's what they've done, because these trucks have gotten so expensive. Even if you're looking at a work truck like this is a long bed XL F350, has a standard output power stroke. This truck is still $76,000. And if you're looking at some of these Lariat trucks for the trimmer package, ultimate and premium package, they can eclipse $100,000. And just so I'm being clear, the 35-inch tall tire package I'm talking about is the trimmer package. I don't know why I'm saying 35-inch tall tire, because yeah, you get 35s, but you also get the limited slip diff, right? And you'll get the locker out back, which is typical, but also you get the trail turn assist and all the other goodies that the trimmer package gives you on an XL work truck. And it doesn't stop there. For 2027, Ford is basically breaking the mold of that term purpose-built truck. Ram is really bad at this. GM is kind of bad at it. But now for 2027, you can get a long bed Ford trimmer, which means you get the higher gross vehicle weight rating. On top of that, the 48-gallon fuel tank, whether you get the gas or diesel engine. That is a huge success, because most people ain't taking these trucks off-road simply because they're too big. I took my big truck off-road and regretted it miserably, because I got stuck every time I got into a little bit of deep mud. So at the end of the day, it only makes sense to make the long bed available for an off-road truck if it's a HD. And it doesn't just stop there. They're also simplifying the powertrain offerings too. So back in 23, they had basically 4 engine configurations, which is a lot when you think about it. They had the 6.8 liter, and they had the high output power stroke come available. So this is a high output power stroke for this Super Duty, and then ironically there's a standard output. This is gone for 2027, and that makes sense, because they probably decided to keep 2 around to make sure reliability was going to be key here, because that standard output is definitely reliable. But the high output, I've seen some failures in those early on, but after a few of those that I saw, I haven't seen any more. So now Ford is probably thinking it's probably more cost effective to just have one, now that it is more bulletproof. And Ford has been doing a good job. I haven't really heard of a lot of issues. I know that the CP4 is still being used in these trucks, but as I've said in other videos, the additive that you use in your fuel will help, obviously, but where you get your fuel from is even more important. You want to try to find a top tier diesel, which is very hard to do, I get that. But if you can get an R99, the cetane is higher for that fuel, and the lubricity is typically higher for that fuel too. You just have to do your research. Last thing worth mentioning, for the XLT trim trucks, I think there's actually an XLT down here. XLT for 2027 will now have a Carhartt edition, and this has been something I've complained about a lot. I've always said to you guys, if Ford were to put the F-150 XLT interior in the Super Duty, it would be a home run, because I think that Ram and GM's interiors are just better. That's not an XLT, that's a Lariat. It just looked like an XLT. But they did actually for 26 add the was it a premium package? I can't remember what it was called now for the XLT. I'll maybe put it right here for you guys. But now you don't have to get black appearance to get LED lights on an XLT truck. So now you get a lot of premium features without paying extra for like the blackout and things like that. So why am I doing this video? I want to obviously just point out that Ford is continuing to take market share, because again, long bed trucks, that's an XLT right here. Yeah, so is this a XLT? It is an XLT. So right here, let's see, it's called the XLT premium package. So that gives you the LED lights, as I was saying. Okay, but as I was saying, Ford is creating hype for 2027 because these trucks have not been changed. Normally at this time, or maybe even for 2026, we would have seen like some type of refresh for the exterior at the very least. We didn't see that for the Super Duty, right? And GM did a refresh for 2024, but Ford did a complete redesign in their eyes, because obviously you guys know the cabs and the beds are about the same as the 2022 and earlier pickups. But the point is, Ram is just asleep at the wheel. Like, they are only bringing out a 2027 Power Wagon with a diesel, and that's not a big deal. Like, that's not going to help them gain market share for 2027. I can see Ram, unless they're doing some insane rebates, they are going to struggle for the 2027 model year. The wind was picking up out there and people kept honking horns, so I figured I'd get inside the truck so you guys didn't have to deal with all that noise. But as I was saying, the Ram Power Wagon Cummins will not be able to move the needle enough for Ram for 2027. I think that unless they decide to just break that mold of purpose-built truck and just bring it out for the 1 tons, long beds, mega cabs, and just go crazy with it, it's not going to move the needle. I get that the Power Wagon has the front and rear lockers and all the other jazz, but you cannot get the winch with the Power Wagon because of cooling. So that's the other issue. So they're not going to be able to put a winch on their truck, although you can put a winch on these Ford trucks, just saying. And when is Ram going to even do a complete redesign? So Ram is in some trouble for 2027, just saying. I think that Ford right now is going to have a good 2027, because again, as I said, that Carhartt package for the XLT is going to have a more premium interior for the work truck model. And on top of that, I call the XLT a work truck just like the XL. They're both work trucks in my opinion. But on top of that, it's going to have a unique wheel. It's going to have some nice accents. I think spray and bed liner and clearance lights come standard on that package too, and other few goodies too. I think that they're going to be getting a camera mirror too for maybe the upcoming Super Duty, maybe. But apart from that, GM is in trouble too. I think GM, the last thing that I remember GM doing was bringing out the Trail Boss package for the Silverado. But apart from that, the half tons are getting a bunch of, you know, goodies for 2027 for the redesign. But as of right now, there's nothing really spectacular about GM trucks right now. So again, even they might be in trouble. Now that Ford has the off-road long bed truck, the AT4 and Trail Boss are not as relevant right now. So I don't know. I think right now, if I were in the market for a 2027, let's say hypothetically, if my truck were to get total loss and I wanted to buy something for 2027, I would be looking at Ford trucks right now, simply because it just makes sense. I didn't even mention the fact that the Ford cabin chassis trucks are getting the platinum trim too. Did I mention that yet? I don't think I have. That's coming too. So even on that side of things, Ford is really cornering the market against their competitors. I don't know how they can't see this. So if I was in the market for 2027, that Carhartt XLT would be on my list, simply because it just makes a lot of sense. On top of that, I think that guys who have had 2023 and maybe earlier Super Duties, or even newer, maybe you have a 2024, 2025, you might be thinking about going and getting a long bed trimmer, because it does make more sense. That longer bed gives you better stability towing a trailer. And if you live on a farm, or if you live in a remote area, having an off-road truck already done for you with the tires, the front limited slip diff, and the locker, it just makes a lot of sense just to go ahead and get that truck and have the capability of a long bed pickup with a 48-gallon fuel tank. I just think that right now, it's just a good time to be looking at Ford trucks. And I know some of you guys think that I'm a hater of Ford, but I'm not. I really think that Ford does make a lot of sense. And right now, I'm just seeing that more and more when I look at what's coming for 2027. It's crickets for the others. GMC, Chevy, Ram, crickets. Nothing is coming. Even with them simplifying the powertrains, again, they're just really making it easier to search and buy Ford. So we'll see what happens in the future. I think that this is a good time for the others to really bring something to market for 2027. And I think that the Power Wagon, if it were available in a lot more configurations, that would help Ram significantly, especially with the Mega Cab 1-ton. I think that would be a great addition to the market. You know, imagine having a 1-ton truck with the capability with a front and rear locker. You can't even get a front and rear locker at a Ford or even with a GM truck right now. Even if you get an AT4X or ZR2, you still have an open diff on those trucks. So Ram could do better with their truck, but for whatever reason, they're going to stick to that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we know the market better than the customer. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave your comments down below. If you were in the market for 2027, what would you buy?